Start on your back and set up for a glute bridge. Pull the chin to the chest, draw the rib cage and belly in. Then find the hip bone to the front of the body and think about them pulling up towards your belly. Slide the hands down the thighs and then lift and start to pulse, firing up that posterior chain as we work into those glutes. Keep it going, but then hold still. Walk the feet together, bringing the fingers back to the hip bones. Let's draw the left thigh in and rotate the leg inwards. Then back to center, again inwards and back to center. Then rotate it out. Back to center, rotate out. Back to center and out. Back to center. Switch over, drawing the right leg in, we'll internally rotate. Back to center, internally rotate. Back to center and once more to center. Then external rotation, turn the leg out. And back to center and keep it going before releasing down. Now let's walk the feet away. Again, continue to pull the chin to the chest. We're going to lift the toes, dig the heels down into the floor and actively pull the heels back towards you. Make sure those glutes are working, maybe coming back into a pulse if it's not too intense. Starting to fire up into those hamstrings now, then hold. 3, 2, and 1. Walk the feet back in. I want you to bring your fingers under your sternum and start to walk them down to the belly button, lowering the spine as you do so until the back is completely flat. Draw both knees in and then start to gain some momentum as you rock forward and back until you're able to come all the way up onto all fours. Now we're going to pull the chin to the chest, finding length through the spine. Lift the left leg behind you, bending at the knee, and let's start to circle. We want to make sure we keep nice and strong into our core here, but just beginning to work into that left hip joint. Slow and controlled. But then when you're ready to do so, you can reverse and go in the other direction with those circles. Again, there might be some clicking and clunking there. We're just working through all of that. And then when you're ready, I'm going to release the leg down before stepping it all the way through. Tuck the right toes under. We're going to bring our left hand onto the belly and the right hand to the back of the head. Pull the right elbow forward and then down towards your thumb. Inhale to come up, open the elbow out, keep pressing the head and hand in towards one another, then pull the elbow forward and down towards the left thumb. Again, lift open and out, pull the elbow forward and bring it down. Let's hold here, really squeeze into that right glute and press that right hip forward to open into one of our hip flexors that sew us. One more breath. And then releasing up, we're going to swivel the right foot behind us, bring the left elbow onto the thigh and extend into a nice side bend. Maybe reaching the left arm down to the inside of the leg to go deeper. And again, just breathe into that side body. Imagine someone's hand is behind your shoulder blades and you're leaning back into it. Straighten back up. We're going to plant the hands before coming back into quadruped on all fours. Coming onto the right side, nice and strong through the belly. Let's bend into that knee and start to circle the hips. You can go in any direction because we will reverse in a moment. Keep it slow and controlled, and when you're ready, you can go the opposite way. Again, pressing away from the ground, hugging in tightly through the belly. And then when you're ready, stepping the right foot through, tuck the left toes underneath. And we're going to leave our right hand to the belly, pressing the left hand into the back of the head. Pull the elbow forward and then down. Inhale to lift up, open the elbow out. As you exhale, pull the elbow forward and down. Keep it going, keep it nice and strong through the glutes. And not rounding through the back, just rounding through that neck. But then holding still. Drive that left hip forward to get that openness and extension through the left hip. Swivel the left foot behind you, bring right elbow onto the right thigh. Extend that left arm next to the ear, opening into that left hand side of the body. Maybe you reach the right hand down to the inside of the leg, going a little bit deeper there. Breathe into the side waist. And then straightening up, we'll bring the hands down to come back onto all fours. Now slide your left knee to the left wrist. Maybe pull the right foot from underneath you, but be gentle. Coming into pigeon pose. We're going to square off. That might be enough for you here as we start to open into that left hip and the surrounding tissues. Maybe you can come down onto your elbows, keeping them underneath the shoulders, or maybe releasing your head down onto your mat or using your hands as support. And just taking a moment to try and relax here into your pigeon pose. Breathing nice and deeply, softening where you can. And if there is any discomfort, just try and breathe into that space. Remember, you can always take it a step back if head to the floor is too intense. Final few moments here. And then nice and slowly coming up. We're going to lift the right foot, and if you can, maybe reaching back with that right hand to grab the foot and pull the heel towards you. Opening again into that front of the right hip, maybe squeezing the right glute and driving forward to get further extension there. But then releasing down, we're going to sit onto our left side. Extend the right leg out to the right, keep the left knee bent. We're going to reach our left arm out to the left, then up and over, coming into a side bend. Maybe bending your right elbow for support of the head. I'm just releasing into that side of the body, but also helps release into the lower back, into our quadratus lumborum. Breathe, breathe, breathe here. Try your best to relax. And again, imagine you're leaning back as if someone's hands are behind your shoulder blade. Slowly come up. We're now going to turn towards our right leg, coming into pigeon pose on the right hand side. Extend the left leg back behind you, square off the hips, and then maybe you can begin to come down onto elbows. Maybe taking it further, bringing your forehead down onto your hands. Again, settle in here, make any adjustments that you need, and see where you can soften, where you can relax further. Again, I want to remind you, it's important to breathe deeply here, down into your belly. Control the breath as best as you can. And then when you're ready to do so, slowly coming up onto the hands, taking a bend into that left leg, maybe lifting the foot, and if it's available to you, maybe you can grab the foot and pull it towards you. Again, squeeze into the left glutes and drive that left hip forward for further extension. Release down, sitting onto your right side, left leg extended out. Bring the left hand to the inside of the leg, right arm can reach up and over, taking it into your side bend. Maybe bending the elbow, using your left hand to support the side of the head. Again, breathe into that side waist and imagine you're leaning backwards, trying to show your chest off to the ceiling. Breathe. Stay here as still as you can. And then slowly, slowly coming up. We're going to turn back now, so our left leg is in front, and we're going to adopt a 90-90 seated position. So there's 90-degree angles in both knees and ankles. Plant the hands, roll the pelvis forward, get nice and strong from the core, and then lift your right knee and release. Again, lift the right knee and release. Now lift your right toes, keep the heel down, and now lift your right knee, working even deeper into that external rotation. If it's easy, you can come more upright or maybe take your hands off entirely. And then release down, reset, bringing the hands in front of your left shin. This time lift your right foot and release. And again, lift the foot and release. And once more, lift the foot, hold it there. If that's easy, walk the hands back, adopt more upright position. Maybe you can take the hands off entirely. Hold. And then release down, plant the hands. We're going to turn to our right, move through center, and then drop over onto that right hand side. So again, we're adopting that 90-90 position. Take a moment to pause the video if you need to assess your position here. But now lifting the left knee and lowering, doing that twice before lifting the left toes and then lifting the left knee. Maybe coming more upright, maybe taking the hands off as you're in that externally rotated position. Release the knee down, replant the hands, and this time lifting the left foot and release. Lift the foot and release. Now lift the foot and hold again. If that's challenging, stay there. If not, become more upright or take the hands off entirely. And then release the foot down. Move back through center. And we're going to bring the soles of our feet together. We're going to let the knees fall nice and wide. And we're just going to take a moment to go a little bit deeper. So big breaths in, get as long as you can, and as you exhale, maybe you can fold deeper. If you get deep enough, maybe hooking the elbows to the front of your shins to add a little bit more leverage here. But keep pulling the shoulder blades together and keep the spine nice and long. When you're ready, come upright. We're going to extend both arms to the inside of the legs and start to press your arms down like you're trying to pin the knees down towards the floor. But then fight back with the legs and pull the legs up into the arms as if the knees are trying to come together. Hold it at that maximum intensity for a few more seconds, feeling your groin start to fire up as it's put under load. And then nice and slowly releasing, bring the hands in front of the shoulders, create fists, squeeze your glutes, and now drive your knees down to the floor. Again, this will feel the same in regards to the sensation, but a slightly different technique. Hold it there, maximum effort. Final few seconds, 2, 1, and then release. Use your hands to guide the knees back together, and we're going to come down onto our back. Hook the hands to the back of the left leg. You can straighten the right leg down and then just bend and straighten the leg. Just a little bit of nerve flossing, maybe taking it further, and as you extend the leg, point the toes, and as you bend the leg, relax. Maybe taking it further again, and maybe pointing the toes when the knees bent, but then flexing the foot as you straighten. Find the one that works best for you. And then when you're ready, keeping the legs straight, maybe draw it towards you a little bit more, opening into the hamstrings, but keep active by pressing the thigh into the hands. Bending into your left knee now, right hand stays on the knee, left arm extends to the side. And when you're ready, begin to draw the left leg over to the right for a nice spinal twist. If there's any pinching in the hip, bring the leg further away from you. And of course, breathe nice and deeply down into your belly. Relax the shoulders, maybe even close your eyes here. When you're ready, return to center. We're going to lengthen the left leg down. We're going to interlace the hands to the back of the right leg. Again, begin to straighten the leg and bend, straighten and bend. Maybe adding a pointing of the toes as you straighten and then pull the toes up as you bend. And maybe switching it up and reversing. So pointing the toes as you bend and relaxing them as you bring the leg up. And then when you're ready, bringing the leg to that straight position, maybe increasing the stretch by pulling the thigh towards you, but press the thigh actively into your hands here. Of course, take a breath. Bend into the right knee, left hand can come onto the right knee and your right arm can extend out. And then when you're ready, begin to draw the leg over to the left. Coming into your nice spinal twist, maybe the gaze can look towards your right hand, maybe even closing your eyes. Again, breathe here into the twist. But when you're ready to do so, you can come back to center and adopt a resting position on your back. Take a moment to let your energy levels come back before moving on with your day. Thank you, thank you, thank you.